Hi. Um, I haven't posted on this channel as consistently as I want or should be, but um, yeah, I'm back to talk about some things, personal things. I made this channel to hold myself accountable, really. Um, and also to air out my thoughts, my feelings, because I believe that secrets and things of that realm and that nature hold a lot of power. Um, and also think letting other people hear your truth for some reason it helps you change. So um, yeah, I wanted to talk about change. Literally, I wanted to talk about um, kind of like my journey with it and what I think it is and how I could continue to try and change myself for the better. Now, I think change. I think I think when you're trying to change, it has everything to do with your momentum. I think it has everything to do with your momentum, and you got to keep change simple because change is not easy. Change is not easy. Um, over the years, I've been battling corn addiction. Over the years, like a long time, and I failed constantly, constantly, and constantly. And then, that's not the only thing. Like addiction isn't just corn and drugs and alcohol. Addictions is it's a lot of things, man. You could watch TV too much. You could like like that's not the only thing that I'm battling. I'm also battling um bad priorities, spending a lot of money on stuff that I don't need. Um laziness, all that stuff, man. And what happens over the years, and this happens to most people, what happens over the years is those habits, those bad habits kind of merge. They start merging. And when they merge, it forms into you, it forms into who you are today. Like, you don't, early on when you're developing these habits, it's not necessarily you because you're not really conscious enough or aware enough or old enough to really realize it. Or you could be old, but while they're developing, they're still like in motion until they're like literally installed in. And then once you notice it and you can't stop, it's you now. Um, but yeah, over the years, I've been struggling with these things, man. Bad money habits, bad spending habits, laziness, corn, all that stuff. And uh, my experiences with it is I've had I've talked to women, um and it seems like these not with just the women, but these habits that I have affect people around me. Now, I'm not talking about it no extreme monstrous way, but it affects the people around me, the people that I love, the people that I talk to. It affects them. Even if they don't know it, or they don't think it does, it does. My decision making can be poor, but it's all these things that I develop over time and that I'm continuously trying to fix. Now, I have brought that up because recently was in guess you can call it a relationship. It quite literally just ended probably 12, 14 hours ago. Um, and I think it's my fault. See how long it took me to say that? It hurts. It's tough to say that. But she was pointing out everything that I already knew on my flaws, cuz she, of course, we was talking for like 2 months. And we were talking for 2 months, and she knows my struggle and everything. I was pretty open with her, but she kept bringing it up. It was, she was rude about it, but I didn't I don't think she wasn't necessarily wrong about anything. Like, she was saying she doesn't get any flowers, which, I mean, it's valid. It's valid. I don't have the money for it. And she was also talking about how I didn't have any money, how it was a lot of things. But mainly what I got from that is I have very poor money management, and my priorities suck, which I know, and I told her that. And I was just thinking, like, I literally think about this stuff every day. Every day. Now, of course, she didn't care. Because what woman, like I said, I also told her that at the beginning, which she probably forgot, but no woman is going to sit around and not get any flowers or be with anyone or guy who's broke or who's not a best, or I wouldn't say not the best version of himself, but who's not really, I'm not really taking care of myself, to be honest. And if I'm not taking care of myself, I can't really do that for her, can I? But yeah, on that note though, I on that note, I sat back and after the argument was done, after everything was just in my head to think about, I was like, she is right. She is right, of course, but it's stuff that I think about every single day, and things that I've actively tried to change, but it never worked. Nothing ever works, it feel like. And I think I developed a pretty bad habit when trying to change my bad habits, and that was always trying to change everything at the same time. And what I mean by that is, like, I start off with, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna not watch porn or masturbate for 10 days. But during those 10 days, gotta take a cold shower, gotta do 100 push-ups, gotta do this, gotta do that. There's always so many elements that I always add on. I add on so many elements. So many. And then I get overwhelmed. Or if I, like, say if I turn the cold shower on for 30 seconds and then turn it hot, I get upset and say, that's not good enough. Or if I don't do 100 push-ups, I do 80 or 90. It's not good enough. I failed. And then what happens is I'm telling my brain that I can't do it. Telling my brain that I can't do it. And then I revert back to what makes me comfortable. When that's not how change works. What change is about is, it's not about the numbers. It's not about the statistics. It's not about the statistics of change. People get caught up so much with the statistics of your change. It's about showing up and building momentum, because that's literally what change all is about. What I'm trying to show myself, with change is taking small wins. You can set the lowest bar possible for something like, if I wanted to do those push-ups every day, it doesn't have to be 100. I just have to make sure that I'm doing push-ups. The 100 is like a catalytic for statistics. It's just a number, really. Um, but what matters is I'm telling myself I'm going to do push-ups. I'm going to do push-ups, so do push-ups. You don't have to set the highest bar possible, because that standard is not what you're trying to meet. You're trying to meet change. You're not trying to meet 100. You're trying to meet change. So do at one push-up is good enough. You do one push-up every day instead of, if you doing one push-up every day is better than doing 0, because you're listening to yourself. It's a better part of yourself that you're listening to. That cold shower for 30 seconds, that's good enough. It's good enough. What matters is if you're able to do it every day and then stack on. That's what matters, because that's what change is. You can't overload yourself with change, because you're going to get overwhelmed. No matter who you are, no matter who you are, you're going to get overwhelmed if you try to change everything that you've been addicted to or done for years. I'm talking years. If you try to change all that overnight, hell, even in a span of a month, it's not going to happen, because you're not accepting the small wins. And I'm really talking to myself, but if you resonate with it, that is great. And you need to understand this, understand this. But you just need to accept the small wins. You can cook. You can cook an egg and a sausage. You don't have to make a big breakfast, because that was one of my things. When I make a meal, I feel like I gotta make it out the fucking park. No, you can cook one sausage, one egg. Like, sure, you'll be hungry, but you did it. Take that win. Take that. And then you build. You set your structure. Like you're building a house. You set the floor. You get the walls stable, and then you start to build. But yeah, change is something, man. It really is. And even with the small wins, I gotta accept, which is also a hard thing, because with the change, I gotta accept, or the small change, I gotta accept that it still won't be that version of myself that I want to be. Probably, like I said, not even in a month or 2 months or however long. I gotta accept that. I gotta accept that I probably won't be there for a good while, until I just build brick by brick, build these good habits up, and continuously build them up. But I think that's also probably one of the hardest parts, because when you feel like you're not changing, you literally go back to doing what's comfortable, and I can't have that. So yeah, that's all I got. I would like to be more consistent. Not like to be. This is good enough. Like I said, actually, what matters is that I am posted on here. That's what matters. And I've posted on here more than I have. And I've been posting on here more than I have, 5 months ago. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just whenever I feel like a word needs to be put out, I will be here. It's good enough. And that's a win.